Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Live show on a Monday, a little bit earlier than usual too. So we'll see how many people we can get in here. But we got live show producer Maddie Stevens in the house. How you feeling today, Matt?
I am doing well. I can't complain. I came
Yep.
ready to gamble.
So you really can't complain. This is about to be what you're here for. Appreciate everybody jumping in. I know we're going to get a couple more people as time goes on. Swish is in the chat as well. So if y'all have anything that you want to ask him about, we're going to be using the SwishLand dashboard and the model that we got there. We're going to be looking at games starting at the 5 o'clock Eastern time here in a couple hours. So we just had a tip off right now. And then we're going to be looking at starting with Jazz Spurs. So I see you guys jumping in the comments. Feel free to tag Swish. Should they be tagging you, Matt, as well?
Yeah. I can see
Okay,
it now.
cool.
So we're vibing.
There you go. Yep. At the Matt Steven has internet once again. So welcome back to 2026, my man. We're gonna someone in Gainesville, Florida got fired, unfortunately, for cutting a line somewhere they shouldn't have because nobody had electricity or internet or whatever. But we'll get, if you want anything to do with jumping in the comments and asking a question that we'll bring up on the show, just try to tag at the Matt Steven right there, and he'll be able to make sure that he brings it to the show as well. I'm gonna start sharing my screen here and get into it. So let's start doing it, like I said, with that Jazz game right there. Let's pull up what we got here. We got the projections. We got PropsMadness. We're going to be using it all. Let me pull that up. Let me get us in the right spot. And I think we're good to go. All right. So we're going to kick it off with this Jazz game here. This is going to be the model up on landyourbets.com. It is the SwishLand dashboard. Like I said, Swish and info is in the chat there, already answering your guys' questions. We got Flip probably looking at there. So we have a pretty nice projection for Flip. That's in the Utah game. Let me pull up Utah and see what we have here for some player projections, and then we can go into player by player. I think I saw another look too for Keyshawn. What's up, T? How you doing, man? We got T from the VIP as well. Let me see. What was the first one I was looking at? Oh, no, is Kuzma killing you right now? Did you go over on Kuzma? I think there were some people talking about going under on him, but let me keep going up. I know this is the first one I was looking for, was the Keldon Johnson look. I wanted to at least get into Keldon. So let me actually go to San Antonio, pull up what we're looking at here. So we have Keldon at 27 minutes, actually, and I'm not sure if it doesn't look like he has much in terms of a blowout. You can see here on the side with the boost, if you do expect this game to be a blowout, what's it, like a 17-point spread, then you are going to at least want to keep that in mind, that some guys might not be getting quite as many minutes as other guys. Like, for instance, Wemby, we have here at 24 minutes, still have a point a minute, basically, but 10 boards, and not necessarily like a guy who's going to get minutes in a blowout, loses about 6 in that situation. So Keldon we have here at 14 and 6, and his number is, let me pull this up on PropsMadness for a sec. For Keldon Johnson, we got PR probably about that number, right? Yeah, 20 and a half. That's what I would imagine. If we go to the player stuff here, and I'll pull up Keldon and see what we have him at in fair. So if we look at his projection, we do have that a little bit of an over. So like 20 is about the line, but yeah, that rebounds line and points together comes up to a 20 number, right? Do you have any thoughts on Keldon Johnson as I pull up his usage trends?
The only thoughts that I have is him and I have been currently in a staring contest for the past hour and a half, and neither one of us has blinked. I'm so tempted, man.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm actually going to do it, just because it's so, like, I feel like the margin's really thin. What do you feel that way too?
I do. And I mean, the model agrees entirely. Like, it only has him at about 12 points. If we look at the last 15 for him, and we just look at these games like field goal, look at how like volatile some stuff is for him. Minutes 31, anywhere to 20. I guess this was a blowout, so you want to keep that in mind. But then again, that also does tell us, like, what, 21 minutes, 20 minutes, 21-point game, 18-point game. So it seems like Keldon is sort of a guy they're pulling early in blowout wins. It's not a guy to necessarily target when you think they're going to wax the Jazz in this one. So I think that's kind of where my cap is with Keldon Johnson, is like, there's no, like, I don't mind 20 and a half in a game where I'm like, yeah, he's going to play like 26 to 20 to 30 minutes, anywhere in that range. But when it's not going to be close, like it's probably not going to be, then it looks like he's a guy that's not necessarily going to get there with it. So I think I'm going to pass on that one. I'm trying to stay in this game for one sec, but I do see you guys have other looks for other games. So we'll bounce around a little bit, but I'm going to get to this Flip look here. And I do think Flip at 13, is that still his number? Let me pull him up on this for one sec. I just want to look at the whole stuff for Flip. Yeah, we still have Isaiah Collier questionable too, right? What are you going to say?
It's at 12 and a half now.
Yeah, it looks like it's down to 12. So it's moving pretty fast downward. Wonder what that's about. I don't know if anybody was officially listed like in or out for Utah, because Bryce Sensabaugh is questionable, but that would mean somebody would have to be ruled in that was questionable. So Not sure if that sensible stuff's going to come through. If we look at Flip here, yeah, I mean, look, man, we have him on the projection at 12, 12 and about 6.5. And the fair market stuff, if I go over the player for him, let's pull up Kyle. Actually, I'm already on the K's right here.
Kyle. The only thing I can think of that might cause this, if it isn't Bryce related, is like Nurkic is actually playing and we just don't know and we're not willing to play him because you see what I'm saying?
I do. Phantom Nurk plays or non-plays. I know. That does make me want to just stay away from everything. I'm not going to be betting on Flip. We do have his fair market at 15 if he plays the minutes, but do we have Nurkic out currently? I wonder. And I don't know if that
Swish and I have great minds. He just literally commented that.
Yeah. Oh, Swish did? Yeah. Nurk is out. And so he was saying that might up his projection. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Nurk stuff is just like messing everything up in general because we do have him listed out because he's been out for 3 games, but he's also just getting DNPs. So you can't really do much with that. So let's move off that. I don't think that's going to be anything we can concretely come to. So anything that you saw from this game we got to
bring this. There's actually a comment on it, but okay. the comment was for Champagny PRA and then Champagny PR, I think rebounds, which I like rebounds. Honestly, I probably like it all. But I'm really tempted at 11.5 points. I'm super tempted.
Is it down to 11.5?
It is, I believe, on Hard Rock. I don't know if it's available elsewhere, but like 11.5 is incredibly tempting.
He's a blowout fade is the problem too. So like these are the guys that, I mean, specifically calling him and Wemby out as 2 of the starters that are going to likely be pulled early. I think that scares you too much from some of this stuff. I did hit Dylan Harper in this one at 10.5 points. We do like him at about 11, I think. I'm going to go back to the roster tab for a sec. I think we still have him at this has dropped a smidge as other guys have kind of bumped up a bit, I think. But if you believe in the blowout fade, and I think Keldon deserves a little bit of a blowout fade tag as well, just based on the last like 3 games in general. So I think I'd still like Dylan Harper at 10.5. I mean, if we get him to 25, then I'll take 10.5 pretty much each time. And the 25 kind of correlates there. So I'm not dismissing Champagny. Let me, what's his current line? Do we get that?
It's 12.5. It went
okay. Up. Yeah. Right. 12.5. It is 12.5 officially then.
Yeah. Like, and then PRA is, you can get a 20.5 on Hard Rock, but everywhere else is 21.5.
Gotcha. Classic Hard Rock. Yeah. So 21.5 on the PRA. We have about 12. Yeah. We have almost 13, almost 7 boards. I mean, we do have closer to 20 PR. The assists don't really move the needle much for me. I don't know if there's much of an edge in that sense. Fair market 11.7. So this comes out to what, like 18.5. Did you say the PR was specifically? Let me pull that.
Yeah, but you lose the edge on the 11.5. However, I was doing this earlier. If you look at 6.5 boards in a blowout, it still looks very good.
Yeah. The boards are the thing that get the least affected. I can't believe you got 6 on 7 against the Thunder. This was where I played only the boards, was against the Thunder. He actually did hit the PR. I think he had 19. So once you get to 19, you lost an edge on Champs for me, especially with the blowout stuff. So that's, I'm gonna have to pass on him on that one too. I think I actually am like 17, 18.5 PR. I can just take the fallacy of winning with him and just move forward confidently and ignorantly into betting him. And I'm not going to be able to do that because there's too much info saying 19.5 is just a 1 point or PR too high for us. Especially when we have him right at about that 18.5 number. I get the matchup could get you there, but I'm saying blowout over matchup in terms of how I'm weighting this stuff right now. So, all right, let me keep looking for a sec. Anything else on this game that you saw, Matt?
Someone had a Wemby under 10.5, Castle PRA, and then Swish mentioned that he's higher on champ, or that the model is higher on champ points because of recent touches.
Yeah, I think the points also does make sense. Jazz, I mean, it's catch and shoot is worse, I guess, a little bit, but I don't know you want to dig that deeply into how bad the Jazz are. I mean, what the key thing here that we're always looking at when we look at the matchup stuff is the opponent analysis. And this is just a bit more of an overarching number that you don't have to get as specific with. You don't have to be like, well, specifically, this is how they give up points. There's something to the idea that they just give up the most opportunities for points and assists, right? That's what the Jazz do on defense. So you just kind of want to take that number and be able to run with it for most guys, give them a bump up. But yeah, 19.5 is at the least fair for Champs. So and then Wemby under, my bad. I did I got to 11.5 last night. I put that out as an early bet for, or at least an early lean for folks who could actually get to it. We do have him at 9.8, right? Like 10 boards. You're getting, I think the juice is gone on the under 10.5 for him, right? It's like now juice to the under for the board.
Let me see.
Yeah. minus 135 for under 10.5, and this opened at 11.5. So it's going to like basically go down to near 9.5 potentially. Like that's where you lose me. I think if this was 10.5 to the under for like the plus 108, if this was reversed, then you could talk me into it, because I just don't know that he needs to play the minutes, right? He's obviously a huge blowout, a guy who's not going to get minutes and blowouts. So yeah, I'm good on the 10.5. I think the 11.5 is where I go. The points were also 26.5. Happy to take that under, but it's 24 everywhere. It's not even 25. So yeah, and Pinnacle is still saying go under that because it's minus 128 on Pinnacle to under 24.5. So all right, let's keep rolling for a minute then. Like I said, I do like Dylan Harper. As far as just a quick run through, like Isaiah Collier is questionable, Bryce Sensabaugh is questionable, and Nurkic is just floating in the ether as a potential DNP. So I'm probably good on that, right?
You took Harper points. I took Harper PRA over 17.5.
And I like
think
that
both
too.
Get it done. Yeah.
I wrote both of those in my notes. Yep.
And then if you want a good parlay leg, I think 9.5 points for Dylan Harper is really good.
Right. Which is juice for sure. Yeah. But if you get 9.5, like minus 180, and you add it to something 10 plus or whatever we're saying, might be worth it. I know you can't get that on Hard Rock, poor guy. Go ahead and give the video a like if you would. I know it's the middle of the day, it's a different time, whatever. But some people might be able to find it if we go that route. There's people watching hoop and not working right now. And then this is the SwishLand dashboard too. This is up on landyourbets.com, and we do have a free trial going for this. If you want to check it out for a week before having to commit to anything, you can do that. You can also check out the free demo. Just want to show you that we do have NBA demo. So it's just landyourbets.com/NBA demo. Is this the game today? Miami Golden State. Yeah, this is the game that we have available today. If you wanted to look at the stuff that we have just for those two teams, you don't even have to have the free trial or anything. You can just check it out that way if you're interested. And so let's keep rolling. The next game, this is also Props Madness, I guess I should just say too, if you are interested in checking this out. Really works well. There's a lot of matchup data in here that you can parse through if you're interested in getting really deep into stuff. So use code LYB if you do sign up for Props Madness. The next game, just because it's easy to scroll down right here. Yeah, Knicks and Mavericks. What's the spread of this one right now? 10.5 for the Knicks at home and a 230.5 total. Knicks have been boo-boo. And it looks like JB is still questionable. So, and also Josh Hart. So did you look at this game? Let me ask you that to start.
I didn't do anything on the Knicks side just because I have no idea what they're doing. I kind of have an idea of what the Mavs are doing because it looks like they're just going to toss Cooper on the bench and let them lose. Yeah. So I'm looking at Max Christie threes. I think that's really interesting to me, particularly just leaning into the catch and shoot defense of the Knicks.
Max Christie. Yeah, what was the number that you're getting here for Max?
I believe it's 2.5 threes for around even money. I forget what it was exactly. Let me see.
Around even money. Let me pull
you can get on FanDuel plus 104 and DraftKings.
Wow. What of his threes? I'm just going to go right here to his last 15 for a sec. What of his 3-point attempts even really look like? Well, his usage overall. We don't have threes here. I'm looking at the points too, 22, 10. So he had 22 in the last game. Obviously, 3 threes was what got him there. So is he getting the points without the threes? Is my only? Yeah, not really, right? The majority of his shots are from 3, 8 for 12, 8 of 12, 5 of 9, 6 of 13. I could get there with the points too, but I understand what you're saying. Like you expect him to score off of that catch and shoot and where the Knicks are bad in the corners and stuff like that, right? Like that's the handicap for the threes.
100%.
Yeah. No, we had some intel coming in recently about him too, that he was, they wanted him to up his 3-point attempts overall. I think if you're looking at like 6 to 8 in that range, right? I think that's a fair projection for his threes against the Knicks. You're always just looking for that guy that's going to be the outlet, right? For the pressure defense for New York. So I can get there with that. As far as where I would be looking in this game, also, I don't know what to do with Hart and everybody. We don't even have Miles props, right? Yeah. So like, I think we got to move on from this one for a sec.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You can't have Hart and Brunson both questionable, not give, because Miles is going to come out at what? Like if both those guys are out,
probably 14.5. Yeah, well, yeah.
I would love 15.5. I would absolutely love 15.5. But if Miles comes out without both these guys and he just went 23 and 25, taking 16 and 18 shots, I don't know that we're going to get it less than 18.5 against the Mavericks. I was thinking about taking it as a sit. Like whenever Brunson's out, you're going to get value on his dimes, but I couldn't take 3.5 dimes for him without knowing if Brunson was out. That's how much Brunson being out impacts his assists. There's no games where he's getting 4, 6, and 5 dimes unless Brunson's out, like these 4 right here. So I think you got to kind of pass on that for now. There's nothing to do with this game until we know for sure. So Philly and Indy. So let me see if you guys are coming in then, let's get these bets. Damn, Iron Man coming in swinging on all the Bills fans here. Sorry,
listen, y'all. Man, leave me alone.
Matt's not in a good place right now, man. That's his squad. He and Josh Allen were both crying at the presser. I'm sure of it.
100%.
So Indy Philly, just grossness too, right? We got MB questionable, we got PG questionable. Do we think these guys sit? Where are you at with this?
I don't think there's a reason for me to believe they sit, aside from them having a questionable tag.
Yeah. Have they been winning even? Both. My thing is just that they're playing Indy. Who's questionable for Indy? Anybody? They're pretty full.
It doesn't look that.
Yeah, they're pretty full. So Indy might be someone you could talk about betting on a little bit more. When it comes to Philly, I mean, I don't know what to do until these, like, BJ is 16.5, almost just like, because if one of them is out, they want to make sure they're covered. But this is like what's going on this year with the with and without stuff is these guys are both legit questionable. I have no idea, especially because it's the 76ers and it's Embiid and Paul George. No idea. I don't even want to take a guess. But VJ's priced 2 points higher than he should be if they were both playing,
right?
Even 3. So you got to just take the chance right now that they're both out and take VJ at 16.5. And I think some people probably did that to push it up, but books are a bit sharper about this stuff. So I'm kind of out on that. The Pacers would be the side that I could at least try to find something. Jay Huff's been playing out of his mind. I don't want to look at that. TJ McConnell's been an assist machine, and
I was about to say he is now available 4.5 assists at -148. I might hit that immediately.
Yeah, we've been definitely looking at that for a minute now, right? Where's TJ at? Does he have periods in his name? Yeah, he does. TJ. Recent numbers for him have been good. We need the lines to pull through, but usage trends too. Fair market assists at 5. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a great opponent for the assists, but if you get the fair market number here, this is like the strongest anchor number you can look for, which is what we're looking for. Is where do we start with what would be a fair number for this guy? And this is just him playing against the most average defense would be 5. I don't think Philly's necessarily a great opponent. Let me pull that up over here for Indy. If we look at the team tab, where's I? How does the alphabet work? If we go down to Philly, yeah, they're technically 20th. They don't play very fast. They have a decent enough defense and good wings at limiting points and assist opportunities. So I don't know that there's a huge edge there, but the 4.5, if you want to play, it's just juiced. He's been getting it. What are the potentials been at for him? We've been saying, well, what did we say? Based on the potentials that he's been getting for TJ, we're saying recently it's been about 5.5. So you do have a good edge on 4.5. Like we do think it should be closer to 5.5 as the number here for the assists, and you're getting that at 4.5 for him. So I could see the assists for McConnell if you don't mind drinking the juice, and if you want to play a little alt. But it's not a bad team. I guess overall specific assists they are giving 23rd. Yeah, I don't hate it. What's his minutes been at? So 16
around like 18 to 20 would be my guess.
Right. Anywhere from 16 to 20, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And when Nembhard misses, he might get like 25, but Nembhard's in. So I think I'm pretty good on betting that, but I don't hate the 4.5. Are there any looks in this one?
Yeah. So T Wilson actually had mine come up.
Okay.
J Huff.
Well, let me look at the J Huff stuff just real quick, since I was talking about VJ a minute ago. I wanted to pull up Mike's comment because he was saying residential Philly fan, by the way, who is definitely looking at the local news, said VJ was pulled aside and taken to take his shots, and don't worry about deferring to like the bigs or the other guys around. 16.5 might not be bad with that intel. Somebody probably had that too and hit it. Local news is very available. I don't mind the VJ stuff. It's just 16.5. When I look at that number without knowing, I'm going to pass for now. J Huff over 1.5. And by the way, I'd probably take VJ if both those guys were out. I'd probably take 16.5 at that point. But J Huff, it might even go up to 17.5. Actually, real quick, I'll just say that I think if VJ is at 16.5 and both Embiid and George are out, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't even know that it would move, because I think 16.5 is already just people betting that they're out. So I don't know they would move it too much. 1.5 threes. Talk to me about that, because T Wilson likes it.
It's simple. If Joel's in, which I imagine he is, I like the idea of him staying in the paint and then Jay just tossing up threes.
Right.
There's no cap other than that, to be honest with you.
No, it's fine. I wish he would have done that against. He only played 13. Oh, they lost by 43. Okay. He took 3 threes against Detroit in 13 minutes. Detroit's the same exact. I mean, Detroit is much more intentional drop defense versus Joel lazy defense is drop defense. So I would, yeah, this is actually pretty good example of J Huff taking threes, just only got 3 up in 13 minutes. But I mean, you extrapolate that, you play him 26 minutes, even, which he's played more than that when he's really a part of the game and they're not getting waxed. So yeah, I like the J Huff threes look. I think that makes complete sense too.
Bryce was listed out, by the way.
Bryce Sensabaugh was?
Yep.
So that probably who are we talking about moving up at that point? Somebody was moving up.
Let me see here.
It was Flip moving. Well, no, Flip was moving down. So I thought Rice was going to be in. Ace just went up a point.
Bryce went back to our Flip went back to 13.
And now Flip's coming back up.
DraftKings, you can get it 12.5 though.
Yeah, so it's going to move on DraftKings too in a sec. If you can now you just have to like beat the books and be faster with the trigger. What does that do? I do like Ace a bit more, but it's just like only because I think Ace plays no matter what and gets blowout minutes. But I'm not trying to guess with that because I don't think that game's gonna be very close, especially now without their. I guess Bryce Sensabaugh entered the tier of we can no longer play him if we're trying to lose. They're sitting Bryce Sensabaugh. That's hilarious. Go Jazz. Nets and Suns. And honestly, is there anything that's more interesting to you? Like we've got these 3 games right here. Is there one you'd prefer to go to first? On your personal?
I think, let's see. I have a couple of things in Nets and Phoenix. I have a couple of things.
Suns. Sorry, also I got away from it, but then T. Wilson brought up Siakam assists. And
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just want to take a quick look at it. Yeah. Because 3.5 does like he's always been at 4.5. He's been going over. Let's look at head to head real quick. He had 2, they lost by 10, 7 potentials. I don't hate 7 potentials to get the 4. I don't know what would have changed. He's not really getting more potentials here either. If you're looking at recent hit rate, he's just getting a little bit hotter on those. Playing the Pelicans, for example, the 6 against, you only had 5 potentials. So I don't know. It seems low for sure. I'll just pull it up on the dash real quick and go to Pascal. But we have him at 3.7 is fair. It's not like a plus matchup, but we do have fair at 3.5. Recent's just at about 4. I think 3.5 is probably pretty fair for him moving forward. The recent hit rate stuff wouldn't really help me just like get there with it, but appreciate the look for sure. And it is low as at 3.5. If you want to play just the number, I could totally understand wanting to play that. Oh, and Josh Hart. Thank you, Matt. Josh Hart is now
and Jalen. Yeah.
And Jalen. Okay. So now we might get Miles at like 10.5, 11.5. That would be wonderful if we got that. So I'll be going to get that if we can, the Miles 10.5 points. Moving to Phoenix and Brooklyn. I know I cut you off. So you want to get into what you were looking at first?
Yeah. So I told you I wanted to gamble today, right?
Yeah.
Pull up Jalen Green.
What? Who?
Jalen Green.
Is he playing basketball?
He is actually.
It says questionable. Is he actually in?
Oh, I did not realize he was questionable. I'm bad at this. If he's playing, I'm playing 12.5. I'll put it like that.
You can still talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing 12.5. I'm only putting a half a unit on it because you're straight up gambling at this point because you don't know what the minutes are actually going to be.
Right.
But if he's playing, I like the matchup. I like what Brooklyn does on defense for Phoenix to play Jalen specifically. 12.5 points, I think, is just too low, even if they give him, I don't know, 22 minutes.
Yeah.
He's going to
probably where he'd be at.
Yeah.
22 is probably pretty fair. That would also explain why Mark Will's PR and everything was down, what you were talking about earlier, right? Like you're like, oh, it looks a little low. It was like 18.5 in some spots. Looks like it got bet up, but might be the Jalen Green questionable tag kind of keeping things down a little bit for some of these guys. I want to look. And
I'll be clear, I'm only putting a half unit on this, but I am certainly playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved Grayson under 3.5 assists last time, but now it's like you can't even get the under. It's 2.5, so that's fairly gone. But and I played it like a noob with the over rebounds, and I didn't even get a port in that one. Sometimes you just got to drink the juice if you want to make a bet, man.
And then for Mark Will, I am still playing Mark Will. What's he at right now? Is it still 19.5?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm playing 19.5, but I'm going to play this for 3/4 of a unit.
Okay.
So I'm just going to put a unit and a quarter on this game.
Yeah.
but it just feels cheap to me. Like, I almost faded him the other day at 22.5 PRA. I just like this specific matchup for Will as well in terms of like, I imagine they're either going to push everything out to the exterior like sides of the 3-point line and make Devin Booker assist all night, or they are going to push everything into the paint, which is where Mark Will be.
Yep. I can totally see everything you're saying there. Yeah, so this is up to 11.5, and then rebounds, we still like the 9 basically for him. So we have fair market at like basically 20 essentially. So I think that makes sense if you like the matchup a little bit, even a little bit, especially the boards. Is that still 8.5? That seems to be a bit of a preferred look from the dashboard here. Yeah, I mean 8.5, a bit more of an edge even with the plus money that you get. So I mean, if you wanted to just take that, fine. But even the points and rebounds, we still give a little bit of an edge to over 19.5, especially with the matchup, not even considering the matchup. And then you look at this team struggling a bit more against centers and pushing things down, like you said, giving up the third, fourth most points inside 10 feet in the paint, essentially. And then, right at the rim, they're actually giving up the 5th most points as well. So that's definitely what you like for Mark Williams. I don't hate the assists either, knowing what he can do, in terms of playmaking where he is. Wish it was a half assist. So PRA is 21.5. I would take PRA at 20.5, but if you just want the PR 19, I think the boards have the best edge for him. So I like all that.
Yeah, I don't hate that either. I was circling both. I just assumed, I didn't assume. I just decided 19.5. If I think that he can get, let's say, I don't know, 13, 14 points, I like the idea of him getting 6 to 8 rebounds, and that gets me over 19.5 easily. Didn't want to get the extra point in case it was the lower end of that, if that makes sense.
Makes total sense. Oop, didn't mean to do that. It makes total sense. We are going to come back to, I was looking at some of the comments as well. We are going to come back to the Knicks game here in a minute as stuff starts to come up. First of all, this is just an incredible name, so I at least had to bring you up to show off your YouTube name. Well done. And then Bam on the 18.5. I thought it was worth bringing up too, because the Bam stuff here, I thought it was interesting that you asked about 18.5 points. You're talking about him going over versus the Dubs. Swish's response is kind of like, well, he's a little bit inflated from the previous games. And what we mean by that is, like, if you look at Bam's stuff recently, and I'll just pull it up here on PropsMadness for a second. If you go to the Heat game and you pull up Bam, you can look at recent closing line numbers, for example, right? He was 16.5 against OKC. It's OKC, so you're going to drop that line down a little bit. 16.5 against Boston, 14.5 against Phoenix, and that was with everybody, by the way. Hero played in that game where he was 14.5, so that definitely impacted it for sure. But the key here is mostly just that once you look at these numbers of 14, 14, 16, 16, and even with Hero out 16, like, you get to 18.5, that's 2 points higher than the highest it's been. So that's just why it's like, okay, you can take this if you like the matchup enough. It's just that you're paying a little bit more once you get to 18.5 points, because that's just something that's a little bit higher up. So just wanted to try to explain a little bit of what Swish meant there, where it's like you're paying premium price for Bam, because you look at what the yesterday's price is not today's price, as we say. So but we can keep going. I can start bouncing around a bit too, because I know there's a bunch of people jumping in. Looks like Cooper's playing. Thank you, Matt, for that. And then, because this is one of my all-time faves, let's get to Claxton, because he has been hitting for me on this one. Let me get to that Nets game that we were just on for a sec. We're just gonna bounce around, man. Like, let's just
go crazy,
going. Take full advantage of this Celsius energy drink right here. You're getting a fair number. So, Swish, help me out, man. Like, this dude is averaging 4 on the season. I'm just playing 3.5 every time. Granted, he played 23. Okay, so this is what it is. He played 23 minutes last game. The books are just hanging 3.5 assists for Claxton, because here's the thing. If he was hitting 3.5 consistently and playing 29, 30 minutes every night, this would not be 3.5. This would be 4.5. But there's at least people in the market maybe keeping it by betting under 4.5 if it gets there, betting under 3.5 even at times, because he's getting 4 on 2 potential assists, which means he got a very nice scorekeeper giving him a couple assists that maybe were questionable because guys took 3 dribbles after he gave it to them, and then they still gave him the assist. Other one is the Bulls. Yeah, a ton of potentials. But he's also just at 27, 23 minutes because Matt's boy, Dayron, most likely, right? Like, Dayron's coming in and taking minutes and stuff. Is that who's sniping these Claxton minutes? Why these minutes are so low, and why the people or the market is afraid to go too high on his dimes, essentially?
I think that's a good question. I can tell you that's not the case tonight, because Dayron is out.
Right, Daron's out.
But
I just realized that as I was looking for
so
him.
that complements the idea for playing it tonight if you wanted to. Because
and what about Dioman being out? This is their point guard.
Yeah, absolutely absolutely great point. I think you're gonna, like yesterday, probably you're gonna see a lot of things ran through Nick tonight.
Yeah,
I think assist makes a ton of sense.
Me too. He doesn't really have an increase in potentials without him. This is a back-to-back. Nick Claxton is a fade on back-to-backs.
That's a valid point as well.
Damn. So, but Nick Claxton's a fade on back-to-backs so that Daron Sharp can play.
Swish said would guess that, but yes, we bumped up to 31 minutes. So I guess that's in response to Daron not being in, but also I wonder how much that changes with it being a back-to-back.
I wonder if it changes at all. I wonder if Daron being out means that the blowout fade for Claxton's a little bit less important. It's not something that you need to worry about quite as much.
Splitting hairs with like 2 or 3 minutes probably.
Well, who's playing center behind? I mean, Danny Wolf is the backup center. Probably start it.
It's probably a good idea, to be honest.
Did Danny start last game?
Yes, he did. Yeah,
he did. Right. I got the starting lineup correct in that sense. Just toot my own horn. That doesn't help me with money. Just means I projected the starting lineup correctly. And Dioman was available. So then it was Danny Wolf, and then they had Clowney at the 3. Danny Wolf. Either way, I love Claxton assists for sure. So I would put that out, no doubt. Let me get that up here. Did I not even get that up yet? Yeah. All right, we're playing that. 3.5 is what it is, man. Like you can have this bet when you pry it from my empty wallet's fingers. -112 on DK is a really good number. I'll probably hit this on Caesar though. Not all of us have as many DK friends as some people.
What you mean by that?
That was a spike. All right, and he plays on the Brooklyn Nets. Great. Please bet this for me. Over 3.5 assists. I'm on principle. We stand on business with Nick Claxton assists. That's for sure. What did we give him? I didn't. We have him at 3. Yeah, we have him at 4. And as far as the matchup goes versus Phoenix, not like this is easy or not easy. I'm not really going to look into that. I'm just going to push the button at this point. Is where I'm at with Nick on 3.5 assists. I haven't been questioning it. I haven't really been worrying about the box score and the potentials, which is ignorant. But sometimes it's better to just put blinders on as you play your fallacy of winning bets. What else did you like in this? I know you liked Mark Will. Did you have anything else? Because there's a couple guys that I want to at least look at here.
I think that's really the only 2 things, and I might even sprinkle Jalen to 15. To be honest, I know I'm wilding out, but I just think he's going to be chunking when he gets an opportunity.
Yeah. No question. I'm here for the angle of this dude hasn't played basketball but twice in the last year of his life meaningfully. He's going to just come out firing. Now, some of those might just clank off the backboard and touch nothing, but they're going to be a lot of them. He took 20 shots in 29 minutes in his first game back against the Clippers. My man's ready to go if he's ready. So I hate the questionable tag. We'll see, but I'm with you. Take 15, take 20. I don't care. I'm not going to talk you off of that by any means. So
there's definitely an angle again, just to continue riding the O'Neal train. If you want to take threes.
Yeah. The spot up stuff, right?
Yeah. There's definitely an angle there.
You know what I found interesting is so he got it without the threes last game. That's annoying. I think then once you get to 9.5 points, now up for guys like Royce, I get taking the threes, but I'm also you've opened yourself up to taking the points once you get to 9.5 because the 3 threes doesn't get you there.
100%.
I don't know. Yeah, I could see it either way. The plus 100 for 9.5 points. The threes are probably, they're basically the same thing. So I think the edge, I don't think there's even a difference in taking them at that point. I think percentage wise, the likelihood that the 1 or 2 shots that he takes goes in from 2, just as likely if you play it or don't play it versus the threes being 2.5. And if he's hitting the third one or not, it's the same. But I know a lot of people that are smarter than me also just only play the points. So let's see real quick. What's good? Prop happens. My man, David, how you feeling, man? What else we got? We got a lunch break. Appreciate that. Trying to see if we got anything else in this one. We can at least keep it in this one for a second. If there's anything else that people had, I was looking at Grayson under assist. That's gone. We talked about that. And then I think the Claxton assist is the best look on the other side. MPJ still at pretty much fair. Let me just take a look at the projections for each squad real quick then, so we can just see what we like here, if there is anything that stands out. Terrence Mann assist is always interesting to me, and now the Wolf Man is playing too with probably a good amount of minutes. Just see what his lines are at.
I wish I could see what Wolf rebounds are.
Yeah, we don't have
lines on them yet.
They're freaking, dude. It's like 4 hours before game time, man. What do you? All right, Celtics Pistons is not going to intrigue me. I know that already, but let's look at it real quick. Bruh. Let's see. In Celtics Pistons, let me know if y'all have anything. I know Duncan threes are always going to be something people want to look at. He's on a heater, kid.
That's a pick for me.
Yeah, you already hit it.
Yeah, I have. I mean, why get off the train, right? Like,
yeah,
I've been betting him for the past little while Tobias has been out. I'm a little the concern is Tobias returning, but I'm just going to stay on to the wheels fall off. I think it's a good matchup. Typically, I think he does better in worse matchups, actually. But my rationale I'm thinking here is the Celtics like pushing everything above the break. I'm okay with him again chunking.
Yep, the Celtics do be giving up catch and shoot too, which is crazy. They're the exact opposite of how they played last year, where they were like one of the best spot up defenses in the league because they just put the pressure on the shooters. They left the ball handler one-on-one and they didn't double team them. But I can't believe they're also the best rim defense. It's really just like their wings, because it's like Neemias Queta's not protecting the rim that well. So Duncan would be, he played against his team, didn't he, at this point? Yeah, he played 26 minutes. That was with everybody in, as you can see. I don't know. I don't think, if you think he just stays up at like, he doesn't even need to play minutes, man. Yeah, just if you're hitting this it's because you've been hitting it and you just keep going. I completely agree with that. Rebounds for Duren, we were hitting at 10.5 no matter what. That definitely spurned us in this game despite playing 29 minutes. 20 rebound chances and 3 boards. I know we all played him on this game right here because we got this at 10.5 about a month ago. I remember I was talking about that and him not hitting. That's annoying. Now we have him at about 10 on the Rebs. Let me pull him up over here for a minute on the player stuff and see if Jalen Duren has anything.
Yeah, my note on him was during boards at 10.5 are super tempting, but I'm going to pass.
Yeah.
I want to watch Swish hit it because he's going to just bet it on discipline.
Yes, sir. The 10.8 is fair. So when we say fair, it's like based on what he's been doing and what we think against an average team would be. This would be the fair number. This is what he's been doing based on his recent rebound chances. We think 11 is a pretty good projection for him in this game, but in a vacuum, right? Not just considering that, but also considering what the market is saying about him. 10.8. I think 11's fine if you wanted to bet that for Jalen Duren. If you want to bet 10.5 boards, it's definitely risky. If you look at the matchup too, one more thing I'll show you. If you look at the Celtics and how easy it is to rebound against them, I don't think it is. They are the hardest team to get rebounding opportunities against because they play slow. They play the second slowest pace in the league, and they are good at rebounding. They prioritize it, especially on the defensive side. So, yeah, I'm not in a rush to bet it against him matchup wise. I think it's just a stay away, even at 10.5. I think like 9.5 is where you go, okay, well, this is getting ridiculous. I have to bet over 9.5 rebounds for Jalen Duren, but I don't think you feel that way about 10.5 rebounds for Duren against the Celtics. So
hard to agree.
Let's see if we got anything else. JB on the points. Let's see if Jonathan Poe has Poe, probably Poe. Like Leon. Is this your brother Leon? Let's get to JB. Jesus Christ. I mean, I really wanted to bet under, and I didn't bet under in this game because it was at 26.5, and I was like, it was at 32.5 points. And I was like, I just think that's too high for Jaylen Brown. Even, he's going to have Jalen Johnson on him. This Hawks defense has been 6 overall. I think he went for a clean 41 in less than 30 minutes. And he was like the 6th player ever to score 40 more points in under 30 minutes, because even though this says he played 30, he played like 29 and change. You know what I mean? So glad I didn't do that. I should have gone under on the assist. I also said 6.5 assists was too high. So I looked smart there. Did not look smart if I faded his points, which I didn't. But look, man, 29.5, you're not going to really convince me I really want to play something like this, because he just sort of just climbs right over, doesn't really like blow past it consistently. And then there's games where if it's like it's just other guys are shooting, or he takes a lot of shots and misses recently. It's just once you get to 30, it's just a crapshoot that I would need a stronger angle on. Like both Derek White and Peyton Pritchard are out, and they're really trying to win this game, so he's going to go off. But this is a team. This is a good defense overall when you look at the Pistons. So let me pull this up for Boston, so we can at least see what's up with JB. Yeah, we have him at 29 fair, or at least the projection, not fair. That's what we have as the projection. We do like the rebounds in this one a bit more. If we look at the player stuff for Jalen, Jay, let me see the points. Yeah, still 20.5. Recent points would say 29. So yeah, he hasn't been going over very recently. So there's not much to pull this thing up other than the market saying, yeah, it's 29.5. So 30 is pretty fair. I think 30 is okay if you want to go over as just like something you do with him, almost Tyrese Maxey-ish. But 30 is not my favorite number to have to play there, 29.5. So not sure that's my favorite angle in this one. But let's at least get a look here for our boy who is watching all of these games as much as he can. David, aka Prop Happens. The D White reps, and you and Maddie both crushed the D White assist the other night. I took under 5.5 reps in this last game. That hit, but now it's 4.5. Wow. Yeah. So I like the under at 5.5 with too many, but then you get the assist is what he killed, right? What do you have? 12, 13 potentials, 12. Yeah. That was sweat free, as they say. 4.5 for plus money is definitely low, man. If you have a cap at all there a little bit further than that, let me know what you think, David, on why you like him there. Let's pull up D White though and see what we like for the fair stuff for him. Damn, that baby is losing life and lung in the other 4.8 recent numbers. We say based on his recent chances, based on how the volume of his rebound chances, we like it at 5 is fair. But even if you just look at this in a vacuum against like a not, so 4.5 is probably fair. We do have the projection a little bit higher. His recent stuff has been good, but you want to be aware that, like, yeah, the recent stuff, it can lead you to, okay, this guy's hot, this guy's not hot, but you can't just take past stuff and go, that translates into him doing it in this game. So that's why we like this number to sort of tell us, okay, yeah, he's been really good. He's been on a little bit of a heater, but as far as like resetting from just him being on a heater and resetting to what is fair for this game as a projection, we have it at 4.5 against an average team. I don't think you're going to get much of an edge on the matchup with Detroit overall, unless there's something against guards, but I thought they'd be worse at rebounding, or better rather, but they're middle of the pack in terms of giving up rebounding opportunities. So maybe you like that there. The assist, this is a tough matchup for him. But what about rebounds against guards, specifically 7th? This is just a tough rebounding matchup in general, but you're getting good value for it, and that's what David's looking at. So if you say 4.5 is fair as the number, and we leave it there, but you get this bump in odds because Detroit's a really good rebounding team. If you get this at 3.5 at like minus 150, please, by all means, go for it. If you want to gamble a little bit today and take the plus money, I like this, right? What do you think, Matt?
I'm sorry. This line screams at me that this is baked into the line, which I still lean the over. Right. It screamed at me that the sportsbook is like respecting the position in which the rankings of like specifically 100%. The position, the defensive rating, the pace, all of those things are baked into this line. That's the reason we're getting the 4.5.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful part about the dashboard. When you go to the player tab and you go down, all the things you just said are baked in, right? That's what this number is, right? This number is 4.5 with all that stuff baked in, just not considering the matchup. It's just saying this is against an average team. And this number is what the sports books are, this is how they're getting their stuff. So we're finding the numbers that they think as well, based on the math that goes into this number right here. So if we're saying the same thing as the sports book, and then we're saying the matchup is tough, but they're giving us juice to take it. So if you want to gamble, take the juice, take plus 128 and go, this is roughly a 50-50 bet at 4.5, but I get good odds, so I'm going to take it, even though the matchup's tough. I'm there with that from David. And then I answered a question that I asked him. I think we see him back in his normal role tonight. I also think both teams shoot a lot of threes. So I think that is solid play. Yeah, threes is where you want to look at for guard rebounds for sure. And yeah, if you like the matchup, like there might be something to the fact that he's played against them 3 times this year. He's gone over in 2 of those 3 games. So you do get a little bit of a bump in your, at least like perception that like, well, I've seen him do it before against this exact team. So I kind of like that. Anything else that stood out that was either in the comments from this one or, Pritchard's available. I just want to make sure that's clear. right? Pritch is in. I don't think there's any tags on him. Yeah, I don't see
think
any
I saw that
tags.
earlier. I think we're good.
Let me. Oh, where'd my screen go? There we go. Pulling up Boston's.
Yeah, I don't see a tag. So yeah, available to play 3 hours ago.
Cool. So I think we might actually need to put him in. Yeah, because that probably didn't come through because he didn't say like in. It just sorry said some weird shit. So or maybe it's updating because that just came through. But I'll reset this and then go to the player stuff too in a minute. Let's see real quick. Should we go to this? Yeah, so Pritch is in. Let's just look at his lines real quick.
Update in 2 minutes.
Wow. Rebounds. Wow, everything's a little bit low. But this is a tough matchup. But man, like everything is low. 4.5 assists is low. The RA is low. That's points and rebounds. Interesting. Is it just matchup that would scare us?
I've said it.
He doesn't seem to have cared in the past.
Again. I am not great at betting Peyton Pritchard.
That's right. I remember that about him. We'll get him in a second.
Who's going to be his matchup? Because like I assume Asar is going to be on Jalen, right?
Yeah.
So probably Cade.
Asar, Cade, Duncan, and
Tobias.
Right, Tobias. Thank you. So
I would assume Cade, right?
Say again.
I'd assume Cade, right?
I think so. It's either him or Duncan.
If it's Cade, dude, like I'm taking Cade every single time in terms of rebounds.
Yeah, that's true. But it didn't really seem to matter in this game. Let's go to, was everybody available on December 15th? Let's go to December 15th real quick. Let's do this the right way.
Yeah.
This might be
smarter than me.
December 15th.
Let's see.
Is that what I said?
Yes, you said December 15th. I'll triple check it though.
Thank you.
I just got to figure out how to use this thing.
Yep, there it is. Box score. Going into the matchups here. And looks like it was the same SL. Yeah, same starting lineup. So this is a good example. Matchups. Let's put push a Peyton P on. Nope, that's Derek White. This is Peyton Pritchard. And then I'm going to go to minutes and see, whoa. Ausar Thompson guarded Peyton Pritchard for 6 minutes of as the clear-cut main defender when they were on offense together. Or on
it makes sense because of height.
Then who guarded Jalen? Tobias.
That is bizarre.
Did he do a good job?
I was about to say, so Jalen ate, huh?
Did he do a good job? I think Jalen has eaten versus this team. Yeah. Maybe they should switch that up.
I think we should, call Detroit and apply for the position of head coach.
Yeah,
or at least some assistants or something.
Right. Is this a bigger staff? Yeah, JB. Like, what? And then D White had Cade, and wow, that's not working, you guys. Okay, well, I mean, Peyton didn't seem to give a crap that Pogo Stick was guarding him. He still seemed to sneakily get in. Like Ausar Thompson jumps so high up, when he looks down, he can't really find Peyton Pritchard. He's too small, so maybe that's a part of it. I like, even numbers aside, like Peyton, that's just low for what he does on the season if he plays normal minutes. Usage trends here, right? Like 24 minutes, 11 RA, 37, 12. Jalen was missing in that one. We'll give that one away. But like 9 against San Antonio, 13 against the rangy, difficult to, like, this is crazy. That's just low to me. I'm going to bet Peyton Pritchard RA or something. We're getting minus 116 on the RA. The projection's probably going to update for him in a second. So let me just refresh real quick.
It might be available now.
If it came
like
through.
2 minutes.
Say again?
It might be available now. He mentioned like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Right. So it'll come through in a sec. Do
you want to circle back to the Knicks now that things probably have settled?
Yeah. No, I think people were asking about this one, and then we can go back to the Knicks real quick. That's cool because we still got an hour and 10. So let's hit this one. Peyton Pritchard, I got to at least write down for myself. I think 8.5 RA. I'm just going to bet right now, man. I don't see why I would. I don't really need to wait just on the projection. I just think 8.5 is too low, even against Detroit, and he has not seemed to care that he's playing against Detroit, unless we get something of a minutes restriction. But what did he even miss for? Do you remember what his injury was? Like, I'm just going to look on here when they said he was available.
Peyton's up, according to Swish.
Who is? Peyton
is up 15-4.5, 5.
Let's see. 15-4
and a half, 5.
Yeah, 4.5, 5. So like the projections are just agreeing with me. So yeah, I'm betting Peyton Pritchard. That's happening. All right. I think we found a line that's too low.
Well, you stare at it long enough.
Yep.
I cannot. I'm still like shell shocked about that defensive matchup. That's insane to me.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense. I just don't think that makes any sense. Yeah. Left ankle soreness. Thank you. Left ankle soreness.
Also, I just got to brag while we're vamping for a second.
Sure.
LeBron James under 42.5. I mean, come on. I wasn't being disrespectful.
Nope. You were just telling it like it is. It's not blasphemous if it's the truth, man. Father Time comes for us all. There was a time.
I'm 30. I understand. I get it.
You wouldn't dream of betting under 42.5 PRA for LeBron. That time is not today. All right. So we already said Bam at 18.5 is a little high. 17.5 is pretty fair if it starts to come down to that. Even against, I know he's done well against his team, but it's a different squad all around. Like Jimmy's on the other team. Actually, it's pretty funny that he's gone over, but Jimmy's on the other squad. Wait, is Jimmy just going to be petty in this game?
I was about to say, I think I saw that his line was like 21.5 earlier, and I was considering some things.
Petty Jimmy. There's playoff Jimmy and there's petty Jimmy. Did they play against? Yeah, he played against us, right? He didn't do shit last year against them. They lost by 26 in Miami. This one's in Golden. Or no, yeah, this is in Golden State. Yeah. Jimmy triple double, 40-1. Do we just go balls to the wall with it? I don't know. I mean, he's petty, man. Right? Like,
yeah, there's two angles to this too, right? Like, not only is it like quote unquote a revenge narrative, but it's basically Steve Kerr and his team telling me he's not being aggressive enough to, like, over the past couple of months. So there's that narrative as well. I still don't know that I even want to bet an over, to be honest with you. I almost lean under. I haven't researched this specifically, so just on all of it. I'm looking at it now.
Okay,
but I thought 21.5 was high.
Yep. It is. We liked this when it was down at 17.5 in some games. Then it was at like 19.5 even. And that was sort of like the peak for me. I could be convinced at 20.5, but even 21.5, you start to lose me. If we get to Jimmy stuff here, let me go with Jimmy. He's in though? I think we might need to update that then. If that was out too, not sure if he was originally. And I think he's good to go. But yeah, also to be clear about Swish's point, like he gets a little bit of bump because the Heat plays so fast. So the Heat are actually a decent team to play against because you just get so many opportunities. 21, 26, man. But like, 21.5 is not what he does, right? You've got D'Anthony Melton out, but I don't know if that really translates to anything for our boy. Let me go to the team tab and go to Golden State for a minute. I'm not gonna like much in this game. I already know that, man. We got to put Jimmy in, so we'll see what comes up from that. I don't know if I want to get there with just that angle about Jimmy, but I would understand people playing this pettiness. It didn't really work out last year in Miami. They got waxed anyway. But anything, that you did like in this game by chance?
Not particularly. I mean, it's high, but I would probably. I might go Jaime if he's rolled in. To be honest with you. I was going to say Bam, but now I'm thinking about it. I might go Jaime points. Jaime points are probably pretty fair.
Yeah.
Then again, like, just think of his matchup. He probably draws Jimmy, I would think. But I don't know. I think 13.5 is a pretty fair line. I like the way he scores, which would be one of the better ways to score against this Warriors defense.
Need him to be ruled in.
Yeah, it's either him or Bam for me. If he's ruled out, Bam goes higher. That's probably the reason obviously he just popped off against OKC, but it's probably the reason part of the reason he's high too is the Jaime news.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
go ahead. On here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 13.5 would be okay for you.
I think it's a pretty fair line. I don't think we have a terrific edge on it by any means, but again, he's one of the guys where I feel like I understand pretty well when to bet him and when not to, and I feel like this is a pretty good opportunity, even though the line is really fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems like we like him today. I think the model is in agreement with you.
Oh, that's good because I haven't looked at the model about it.
Oh, but we need him to pull through still too. But in the roster tab, we do have him up a bit, and fair market points is 16 against an average team. We definitely like what he's been doing lately. I think we probably need to update a couple things to make sure, but he's been doing it in not decent minutes, but yeah, his minutes have fluctuated. I think he was coming back from injury, so maybe it's anywhere from like, if he's good to go though, and he just did this a few days ago, that would be the only thing I would be a little bit scared of is it, like in these 2 games where he just came back from injury, right? He played 25 and then they got the 20 right here with Hero.
Yeah.
His Hero's out. Man, Miami is a freaking matrix you have to solve, dude. Like with their rotations and everything. I think Jaime is someone that I understand is low. I think 13.5 is, to your point, fair because of the sort of uncertainty. That's really just all it comes down to. There's just volatility everywhere with that one.
Chang mentioned pods under 4.5 boards. And then Swish is also agreeing. Yeah. Do you want to take a look at that?
And I also wanted to play Pell Larson under. This was one of my best bets the other day. I wanted to play him under 3.5 again, but Davion Mitchell might come back, so it's at 2.5 to the under for really good juice. I don't know if there's anything with Davion, or let me just do this real quick, and I'm going to go to what they're saying. With Tyler, no, this is without Hero with Mitchell. Dimes, nothing there. It's really helpful when Hero's not in, but I think if this got to 3.5 again, I'd be going under on Pell Larson assists, especially against a good defense like this one. 4.5 boards for freaking Jack Harlow over here. 4.5 under -1.5. So we've got Draymond in, right? Yeah, so Draymond's in. That's good. And then in these games that Pods was going over on the boards, he got 6 on 10 without Jimmy Butler. This part of the cap, that's got to be. Jimmy Butler misses last game. He gets 6 of them on 10 chances in 30 minutes. They won by 20. 8 chances on 5 against the Knickerbockers, 26 minutes. That feels a little bit lucky. 4.5 definitely seems like the unders should be something you consistently hit for Pods. There's no question. Let's go to Golden State for a minute because I totally agree with this one. I'm starting to love it even more. In fact, dude who I do a different show with liked Pods over 4.5 rebounds, or it was like even might have been 5.5 or something like that, and he put it up in the show, and I just was like, yeah, maybe let's move on, because I was like about to just trash that bet, and I didn't want to just do my man like that. But yeah, 4.5 to the over made no sense to me for Pods with Jimmy coming back and everything. I mean, I don't know if you even care about like with Jimmy, with Draymond. I don't even really care about any of that. I think it's just him in the minutes that he's playing. What do we have as projection? That's what I was trying to look at. 4. And that's in 25 minutes, and that makes complete sense. Is Jonathan Kuminga going to play in this game?
So it's interesting you bring that up. I don't know if you want to table that for a couple minutes and finish your thoughts on Pods.
No, that's my next thought, so I'm here for it. Let's get it.
So someone mentioned, Donald Simmons mentioned, I'm loving Moody over 1.5 threes. He's supplementing Kuminga, and Melton is out. He'll get more shots up, not top of the match advantage. So it makes sense.
Did you see that? Did someone write that somewhere? That was good.
Yeah. It is several comments up.
No, that's good. Oh, nice. I see you. Good shit. Oh, nice. Thank you. That's a great comment. He's supplanting Kuminga, which I totally get, but now is Kuminga in? The Melton out stuff makes total sense, by the way. I like that as a part of this too. Melton definitely comes in and takes away some of that stuff from him. This matchup doesn't really lend itself to like Gary Payton need to come out and just like shut somebody down. Is he even playing? I don't even think we have Gary Payton stuff right now. So I don't even know if we got to worry about Gary Payton too much, because he only comes in when it's like Ja Morant's on the other team. Send Gary out there. So let me get back. First of all, Pods is a great bet. I love that under 4.5 boards. I'm going to go with that too. Thank you, Chang. Let's see. Pods under 4.5 revs. And then the other thing with Moody threes, and then we got to talk about Kuminga. Dang, they juiced your bet to craziness, Donald. Damn. They crushed that. But hopefully you got that a little bit earlier, because now it's like -200 and it's bumped up everywhere else. So you got to pay some juice to get Moody for 2 threes. But I don't disagree with Melton out that's a good place to go as the next outlet. So we don't have Kuminga props.
I don't
right?
think he's playing, to be honest with you. It's a
But we have him in
completely
because he's not listed out.
that yeah, it makes sense. I
Yeah.
personally I am not expecting that man to play until he's on another team.
Well, hold on though. Like, do they need to show that he can play?
They
That
probably should. Will they?
They've had the opportunity to play him to showcase him for a while now and have still chosen not to. So that's
Example A.
Yep.
I think they should. I think he's better than he's probably just a headache, just point blank. But I think he's a good player, and I'm really shocked he has not had more opportunities. I think he should be playing. But yeah. I've wanted to play him before, and he just doesn't show up because Kerr does not like that man, clearly.
It's just one of those things where like the coach just keeps sitting him, and that makes him sulky. And then the coach wants him to not be sulky, but he keeps sitting him to wait for him to not be sulky about sitting, and then he's not getting that sulky. So it's just going to be a vicious cycle. Like I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy because I eat. All right. So I still just love pods there. I guess I don't even want to have to care about Kuminga. Anything else before we just go back to the Knicks and then wrap this up?
Draymond assist or Draymond RA?
Oh wait, I didn't even realize Donald was a Dubs fan. What's up, Donald? I mean, I just live out here. I'm not necessarily a fan, but appreciate the support of that team. Also because my wife works for the team. Yeah, no one's doing anybody any favors though, Donald. Like Kerr's just sort of like barreled over into crusty, curmudgeonly, just upset guy all the time. It's just not fun.
I'm just not. I'm just saying I wouldn't perform well at my job if I wasn't welcome. So
yeah, that is a very good point. It's tough to be like, let me get do this one for the team when it just doesn't feel like the team gives a single shit about me. Knicks game, just to kind of try to see if there's anything there. JB's in, and so is Josh Hart. And now Miles came out at the aforementioned 10.5 points.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Wow, Matt, hit this.
Yeah.
You have 8.5 on Hard Rock.
Oh my God. I am slamming that. BRB.
What? We just need to put up a sign that's like temporary difficulties or something so that we can just play some music while I go make this bet. Like, yeah, dog, that's crazy. Oh, what's up, Oakland? Did you see I'm wearing this Oakland Roots shirt? Love you. That's my guy. I don't even know you were from Oakland, born and raised. Go Roots. Yeah, this too, man. I also agree with this. It's just like it's just like I said, tipped over into like just Kerr. Like, is this about your ego now? I don't know what it's like in practice, but either way, I think it's silly. If you have Miles McBride at 8.5 points, I just think you have to bet that. I don't understand this. This is a 12-point line. He might not. Yeah, I'm hitting this. 10 plus. I mean, 10.5 is available there. You can get 10. Yeah, I'm hitting this on Caesar. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I just put in chat, I got to go take a second mortgage. I'll be back in a moment.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, to me, the number that I am questioning when Hart and Jalen are in, to me, like 12.5 is that line. Like, I don't want to cross it. 8.5. What are we doing? Like, it almost makes me nervous, but I'm going to take the risk.
I just think it's the helter skelter of a Monday with all these games coming out and starting, and then like it's hard to account for two guys like that between Hart and Brunson, and they're just like, wait, it was supposed to be 18.5. Now what is it? I don't know.
What about Mitch Rob?
Like 8.5, and the limits are probably there still, right? So I gotta imagine limits are still there. Yeah, because this is still flat on FanDuel, so this is still got to be a $200 limit. I don't know. You might be able to get on Caesars, you might be able to get down pretty legit. I don't know yet, but when I just see flat stuff coming out, I'm just kind of like, it's still got to have limits if it's at 111 and 115 to the under, and yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, go for it. Go for all the Miles stuff, and then my other guy I always be taking, right? Mitch Rob. Where's my other Knickerbocker that I always take? Go New York. 8.5. Flat 2. This one feels like the trick. Now they're trying to trick me. Hey, what's the big idea? I can't believe you got 10 on 10 in this one. 10 chances, 10 boards. Jesus. But I know this is the fallacy of winning. Like, I'm taking Mitch Rob. Again, you can pry this from my empty wallet's fingers because I'm betting.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure you've taken him the last 6 times at this number.
I have. So I've taken him since I've taken the last 4 games. Actually, I might have taken him in this one too.
My point being, your ROI, even if you miss today, is insane.
Right.
So
you're saying I got house money to play with. I wish if only that were true and I wasn't down units on the season. Then I would feel much better about that. Let's see. We just got the Mitrop stuff, so everything is going to start to come through because the beauty of the model is it does use the market numbers to sort of stabilize the projections, right? We're not just like, here's what we think is going to happen. It's like, well, the market is saying this, so that's going to impact the projection because the market should know best. That's the whole point. They have the most info. We still have Miles at 12.5 points, man. Everybody's in, everybody's playing full. This is the rotation now. In fact, Mitch Rob is the one who's needs a few more minutes, and that doesn't really matter. It's just the model trying to figure it out. But like Mitch Rob's up at 19 minutes, and we still have him at 8.8 in that amount of time. I think the 8.8 is accurate. The matchup does not scare me at all. Is Gafford playing in this one?
Let's see here.
Nope. Doesn't look like he has lines anyway.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Nope, he's out. So what are we doing?
Yeah, BRB going back to take a second mortgage.
Which mortgage number? Is this a third mortgage already now?
Yeah, it's a bad case today.
That's crazy, man.
No, that number is ridiculous for a team. I guess the only thing that you're playing against here is like if the Knicks actually mean business today and he loses minutes on the back end. That's the only concern I think with playing.
Because they do blow him out by 12, like more than 12.
Bingo.
Yeah.
But that again, like you and I had this conversation the other day, that supports Miles going like obliterating 8.5.
Yeah, Miles to the moon. I mean, he's liable to go 3 for 14, and so like whatever. Like you got to be aware of that. But
Joker,
if he takes 14 shots. What's that?
He was asking, is this Mitch Rob boards or points? It's rebounds. Just
rebounds, yes, sir.
Yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Thank you for clarifying. Did I not get up my? Geez. Oh no, that's right. It was in the other email. I did get the bets last night.
Swish is saying he thinks it's pretty fair. I'd be curious to like what
Mitch Rob.
Yeah, I would be curious why he thinks that. Just because like there's no opposing.
Well,
center
to be fair, and I'll let him respond, but like the hesitancy is like I was loving how he was playing 24, 24, 25, 24, and then he goes down to 19. And if he's back to just like, I think he has a 19 to 24 minute projection consistently, but yeah, he got 19 without Hart playing in this last game. 3 fouls. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's just like this staple in the offense like he was for like a 4 or 5 game stretch. There's going to come a time very soon where he's going to go under, but like he doesn't really need too much. And there's just nobody out there that I think is close to half the rebounder as him either. So I think matchup comes into play big time when Dwight Powell is going to be going up against Cat to start. And then, sorry, who is it Musa Cisse and Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Household names, those guys for sure. But like, I still think Mitch Rob has a good shot to rebound over. Checks again for Musa Cisse and Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Yeah, I think we're good there. So I'll just take that. If I look silly tomorrow, wouldn't be the first time, man. What are you gonna do? All right, cool. And then yeah, I mean, Mitch Rob could be a beneficiary of actually more minutes. I think that was another point here from Juki Taylor. Yeah, so I think that makes complete sense, man. All right, so Mitch Rob there. Sorry, I just got to finish this. You want what does VAMP stand for, by the way?
VAMP, I believe it means like just like on radio or television. It basically just means like you're delaying what I'm doing right now. Smart, yeah. So if you want to look up the definition of VAMP, that you would find it would mean just basically this.
Nice. One more.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm curious, but I think that's correct.
I just realized because I'm doing this. One more thing that I need to put out there is I do like De'Aaron Fox under 30.5 PRA. Let me see if I can get that out in a sec, though.
On Jimmy, we have 20 points
for his.
I guess just market value, just based on what the model thinks.
Got you.
Swish is a Cease believer, by the way.
A Cisse?
Yep.
Nice. No, I wouldn't actually talk shit on his rebounding, but I think I'm still going to take Mitch Rob in that matchup.
So VAMP means in jazz and popular music, a short, simple introductory passage, usually repeated several times until otherwise instructed.
Nice.
So that's where it gets the idea of like delaying.
Makes total sense. I need to get this done real quick because this other game starts in 45 minutes. All right, I can do that once we're done here because I think I'm about ready to wrap up. But I am going to take Miles and Mitrov again. You're not going to talk me off of it. So, but I think we're good here, man. I appreciate y'all showing up at a weird time on a weird day. Hopefully we were able to help some of y'all out. Just quick reminder, just a few housekeeping things. We do have the model available for those who want to try it out for a free week trial. If you want to get in there, you can also get a free, your first month on the site free. If you're interested, sign up for Novig. This is a sportsbook exchange where you can go ahead and set your own lines, have other people set their lines. You can bet against them. Really great if you're in California, Texas, other places like that. You can sign up using code LYB. And then if you do that, let us know. Just hit us up on the email that we have available, listed everywhere. Tell us you signed up for Novig. You want to try that first month free. We'll get you a code. It's support@landyourbets.com. So check that out. Got the free trial of the site and everything, like I said. And we'll be back because I'm doing videos every day now. I got to get back on my grind there. So we should be back tomorrow with the stuff. How many games do we have tomorrow? That's what I actually wanted to know. 20th. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games tomorrow. All right, 7 games tomorrow. So we'll be back with a video tonight for sure and get all that stuff. You appreciate you, Matt. As always, live show producer Maddie, everybody in the chat, and Swish has been in there. So definitely continue to hit us up. We're in the VIP, man. If you want to come to the Discord, either in the free Discord or the VIP Discord, got a link in the description of the video for what you need. So best of luck to you guys today. Until we see you next. Happy betting.